Hey guys, what's going on? I got a question from a subscriber, young guy. Trying to buck up for football. I get a lot of these questions. Trying to get ready for football. He's trying to put on size as much as possible, and it's hard for him to pick which direction to go as far as training because there's so many conflicting advices out there. Obviously, you want to follow whatever your coach is telling you, but I just tell you what I know from my experience, from having a lot of friends who play football. And from also looking at a lot of football routines back when I was trying to put on size, and that's when I discovered full body workouts. I got a lot of the inspiration for full body workouts from looking at the way football players would try to size up during the off season, and also have a lot of friends that play rugby from my European, well not European, but from my background as far as like being a French citizen. I'm African. But anyway, so I looked at the training of rugby players, football players, especially at those that were trying to put on size really fast. They didn't have a lot of time and they had to hurry up and put on that size. So obviously I'm gonna break down the advice into 3 categories: training, nutrition, and cardio. Now remember, you're just trying to put on size for football. You're not trying to be a bodybuilder. So you're gonna have some overlaps where you're doing some bodybuilding things, but mainly you want to focus on put on size. Number one for training, I would say one of the questions you asked was how often to train. You can't do the typical bodybuilding shit that I advise to my bodybuilding friends, right? You focus on putting on size as fast as possible. And at the same time, for football, you want mainly power, right? Depending on what position you play, power, size, speed, strength. Power is really strength and speed combined. So for training, I would say do full body workouts twice a week, right? And the reason why I say twice a week is because it's gonna take you longer to recover because of how intense your workouts are gonna be, right? They're gonna be very short. They're gonna be very explosive. You're gonna lift very, explosive reps. A lot of compound movements. You're not doing fucking side laterals and shit for football. A lot of heavy bone density exercises, right? And because of that, you can't do that every day. You can't do those every day because even if your muscles do recover fast, your central nervous system is gonna be burnt out, and that's where most of your strength comes from. No one want to do full body workouts twice a week, and the reason I say twice a week because I'm gonna get to the cardio session, and you understand why. Focus on compound movements. The squat is your best friend, right? The squat is your best fucking friend. So yes, on those 2 days you're doing a certain routine, you're gonna do a lot of heavy squats. Very explosive. So yeah, compound movements. Your workout should not be more than 30 minutes. When you're doing power training for size. Full body, 30 to 40 minutes, right? Because once again, you're gonna be lifting a lot of heavy weights and very explosively. It's really gonna shock your body. Number 2, you don't want to train until you're completely burnt out. You never want to do that when trying to put on size fast for football, right? Because if you train until you're burnt out, yeah, you might get some sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, some muscle growth, but your power and your strength is gonna decline. It's gonna be affected by being burnt out too much. Once again, when you're training for power, your central nervous system plays a big role. And the thing is, you try to put on size and power, so you're gonna train harder than a bodybuilder. Bodybuilders are not really too concerned about strength. We only need it enough to do progressive overload. We don't really need too much power, because we're not doing anything, with the muscle really. We're just doing it for show. So twice a week, full body, intense, as short as possible, because you're gonna focus on only the main movements, right? Squats, presses. You're gonna do a lot of pressing movements because in football you're doing a lot of pushing, a lot of incline pushing. You need strong triceps to play football, not just to throw the ball, but to push, in the one hand pushing thing and things like that. So that's for training, right? If I didn't cover something, just message me. I'll do it again. For nutrition, obviously you want to eat big. You gave me your stats. I forgot the exact numbers, but you're not a very big dude. You want to eat a lot of fucking food, right? Not just a bunch of fats, right? And remember, I'm big on fats because you need it for your hormones and things like that, a lot of other things. But you need quick sources of energy. The last thing you want is for protein breakdown to be low for your game, because you need your protein for your muscle mass. You want to increase your bone density, so your protein has to be high, but it also has to be preserved, right? Meaning you don't want to be in an energy deficit where your body's gonna have to break down the protein and too much protein for energy. That's where the carbs come in. Fill up those glycogen stores, especially before and after workouts. Fill up those stores constantly. This way your body is not using your protein too much, right? Because you can't escape. It's gonna happen eventually, like when you're sleeping or fasting. So you want to eat a lot of carbs, a lot of fucking carbs, at the same time a lot of protein also to build all that size. But carbs is the one that you really don't want to fuck around with. I believe protein is the most important macronutrient because it's ultimately what builds muscle. But once again, carbs is the sparer. It's the one that protects. He comes in the way and goes, body, no, you shall not use this protein for energy. So eat a lot of fucking carbs, especially because you have a fast metabolism based on your stats. A lot. And obviously don't neglect your protein. Not from protein shakes and shit. You want good fucking slow digesting beef chicken, fish, you know, whole sources of protein. Protein shakes digest way too fast, and after that you gotta eat again. And because it digests so fast, they might get oxidized too fast. So that's 2. And then for cardio, I don't want to see you in that fucking you know, doing that typical brisk walk shit, right? You want to do sprints, because for your sport you need to be powerful, you need to be quick. You're gonna be able to do a lot of quick bursts, touchdown, a burst, you know, first down, whatever. It's sprinting. Football is all sprinting, stop, sprint, stop. You're not doing marathon running, you're not doing cycling. So you want to have a good heart, you know, your heart to be strong enough just to do power movements, not typically long, grueling cardio sessions, all right? And that's gonna come in, that's not gonna be on your training days, that's gonna be in between your training days. So try to train, let's say Monday and Friday for weightlifting, full body, and in between do a lot of sprints. You know, it's up to you, you know, based on your schedule. So try to do 2 sprint sessions a week, or 1, and 2 full body workouts a week, and you should be good, all right? Ask me if I left anything out. Good luck, my friend, and put on that mask. I'm out. Dominant Discipline Director.
Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. I got a quick question about how long it takes for a muscle to recover. Now, obviously I looked at the studies because it's the only way you can really, you know, answer that question. I normally pick bro science and science and try to see what they have in common, but in this case you gotta, you know, just look at the studies. And once again, just like every other study, they argue, you know, they both give